sensational atmosphere here at the NHK Spring Mitsuzawa Football Stadium. It's a compact space, it is packed, and why not, because this is a huge game in J1. The Yokohama F Marinos have possession, they are the home team, and Gamba Osaka are visitors. Not to the normal place, to this stadium occasionally used for Marinos games, and there's an overlapping opportunity here early on for Shu Kurata, but he's offside. It's the Rugby World Cup, due to get underway in a matter of days, has taken the Nissan Stadium out of action until November. So the Marinos find themselves here at a place where there is an enormous amount of history for them as a club. The F in the middle of their name, from Flugels, the Yokohama Flugels. This was their home for their short but glorious time in Japanese football, culminating in winning the Emperor's Cup in their last game in 1998. That's the past, but what of the future? Indeed, what of the present? Let's try to make some sense of it. FC Tokyo won away to Grampus yesterday. They're up to 52 points as Mateus has possession on the left flank for the Marinos. And the first corner off Ryu Takao. Marinos will stay 7 points behind if they get a win today. So Marcos Junior crosses. Antlers, they are away to S-Pulse tomorrow. Antlers, who are a place and 3 points above the Marinos. It's a good spot from Kida to play that through. Now the former Marinos man, Ajmilson, will be Gamba ball. 2015, he was on loan to the home side today. Very good season too, scored 10 goals. Yajima, rather Takao. Now it's Yajima, now Takao again. Ryu Takao, only 22, has just started to come through on the under-23 side and look very good. Came up with Yuya Fukuda, who's also playing today. So the Marinos know that they could move level on points with the second place side, albeit with one extra game having been played as Nakagawa tries to control. Likely a lesser goal difference. Frontale, who are currently one place below the Marinos in fourth, they are away to Cerezo Osaka. The Sanfrecce, who are down in fifth, they're playing right now against Jubilo. So if you've got all of that understood and memorized, you're a liar. That's a heavy challenge that Marcos Junior is feeling the effects of. He was well out of control of that challenge. It's a really bad one, actually, from Yuya Fukuda. Punishment is there going to be? Certainly a case there to say that Fukuda should be punished in possibly even the most serious of terms, because he was lunging well over the top of the ball, stud showing, all of the hallmarks of something actually that players have been dismissed for on many an occasion. Now lots of talk about the Marinos. What of Gamba? 14th in the table. second bottom, just before the halfway mark of the season. They've had 5 draws in a row. Eric, who's invigorated the Marinos. Hirose is the number 18 who plays sometimes in that overlapping role. Mateus, Captain Takuya Kida. Has it back. Thiago Martins well forward, as is Shinosuke Hatanaka. Marcos Junior will shoot. Scored 2 goals in the last game. The victory 5-1 away to Nagoya Grampus, both from the penalty spot, both times after Teruhito Nakagawa was brought down. 12 goals so far this season. Marcos Junior, but he's at the advantage. Just a second appearance for Mateus. He's on loan from Grampus. Couldn't play in the last game because it was away to Grampus. Made his debut against Cerezo. Hashiguchi, ever present in goal this season for the away side. Well, it is a meeting between 2 of the historic giants of Japanese football. Not in the more recent years. Gamba completing that phenomenal treble 5 seasons ago. Extraordinary that they went straight from being J2 champions to J1 champions and won the whole package of trophies, the League Cup and the Emperor's Cup as well in that season. Marinos champions in 95, 2003 and 2004. Last 2 years have been Frontale era. How long will the era last? They're still in the discussion, that's for sure. Kida behind for a corner. Bonmatan. It's asking a little too much of Eric. On loan from Wangtong United in Thailand. We look at the player who is also on loan, but from Palmeiras, the Campeonato Brasileiro. All part of the plan for Ange Postecoglou to reshape this squad into being a real force at the top of Japanese football. Certainly, if one looks at the 12th place finish the Marinos had last season, it's starting to work. Tsuneyasu Miyamoto, part of the glory era for Gamba. Played in the title-winning side in 2005. He also has been responsible for bringing through a lot of young players, the likes of Takao and Fukuda, that he knows very well, having been the under-23's head coach. Mateus. Slightly surprising that he back into the side, facing Endo, who scored 2 goals in the last game. Risky ball to Hatanaka. He's getting quite far forward early on in this game. Ogihara. Eric tries to find Marco Junior. To be Hirose's cross to the back post. Club that was founded as Nissan FC back in the corporate days of Japanese football. Still an association with the famous manufacturers. Renamed as the Marinos in 1993. The only city, Yokohama, that started the J-League with 2 teams. Ogihara. Marco Junior. Hajimiro-son. The ball to Takashi Osami, and they've managed to keep this. Hajimiro-son. Yajima is coming into the area. He's just played behind him. And the win it back is Kosuke Onose, and he has won it back well. Onose wins the corner. The player who scored in the first minute of the first day of the season against the Marinos. 3 more since then. If you did watch that game on the first day of the season, you'll remember it was a wonderful game of football. 3-2 win away from home for the Marinos. Usami. Mateus, advantage played. Kagawa coming forward here, though. More pressingly is Eric, but offside. Yes, he certainly was clearly ahead there. Now once more to Kosuke Onose. And once more he takes a deflection. They were quite sure that that was their ball. Yajima not too happy. Bunmatan. Kida. Koshunyo is certainly fouled. Clear challenge from behind. Referee speaking to Shukurata and just telling Ajmilson, go away please, I will handle this. Tanaka brings it under control, or just about brings it under control anyway. Nachi Sugimoto, who has deputised effectively over the last couple of games. Sami. Getting back to make the challenge. Still in single figures for goals this season, 8 of them in J1. Najima, he's run that other play, indeed he has. One goal for Yajima so far in the league this season, but it was a big win for his team on the 13th of July. The only goal in their victory against the S-Pulse. Another team that has found life tough towards the lower portion of the table. Just a couple of places, Gamba above, thinking about relegation playoff. Ogihara. I can't get anywhere near as many spectators into this place as they can the Nissan Stadium. They're making up for it in terms of volume. Junior with the restart. Out he goes to his fellow countryman Eric. Shot almost runs through for Nakagawa to strike cleanly, but he has to take an extra touch and will come back to Hirose. Hirose to Bunmatan, who does like to strike with the left. He gets a chance. Mateus. Been in charge now since February of last year, Ange Postecoglou. Coach born in Athens, but moving to Australia when he was a child. Really accomplished as a coach of the national side, but also in the domestic league there. Australia to the 2018 World Cup, but stepped away shortly after completing the qualification campaign. Marinos, a team with quite a long history of overseas coaches until recent years. About a decade or so before Eric Mombert. It was chiefly Japanese managers. Likes of Ozzy Ardiles, Gert Engels, Jorge Solari, all taking charge in the early days of the Marinos. This is rather sloppy in possession. Yajima coming across and playing it behind for the corner in the end was Thiago Martins. Might have played it out for a throw. Kenta Miura, the captain of Gamba, coming up for the corner. Scored one this season in the league. Takashi Osama's delivery. Big leap in the air to get that one clear. Martins, and now it's the Brazilians at the other end who are looking dangerous. Watch for Mateus on the overlap. Marcos Junior uses Mateus. Eric's in the centre. In the end, it's kicked away by Higashiguchi. Okura wins the ball. Promising counter-attack, as ever, one of the great strengths of the Marinos. Ball started from Thiago Martins' powerful header away. Masaki Higashiguchi having to make the save from this counter-attack. And it was a well-timed run by Mateus. He was freed at just the right sort of time as well from Marcos Junior, but maybe Mateus could have done more with the delivery. It was in that sort of position that Keita Endo was so uncompromising against Grampus. Coming out. Waited until this month to make his league debut, having joined the club a couple of years ago as a backup goalkeeper. He's been a backup for most of his career. Changes for the Marinos in goal this season, with Gyu arriving and Hiroki Ikura, most ubiquitous number one for so long, moving across to Vissel. Hirose ambitious, a little too ambitious. Did the thunderous shot off the crossbar in the last game. Ever present Tanaka. Thiago Martins far forward. In possession here, the home side. Eric Bummatan all the way through. Kida missed opportunities to clear that ball. Marcos Junior, and it's deflected, but slowly enough for Higashiguchi to get back and regather the ball. Just for a moment, you wondered if that was going to creep across the line. Higashiguchi aware he put too much on that throw. Here goes Mateus. Easy to bring him down in a position like this. They've won that ball back well. Got plenty of players, Marinos, who are just enticingly easy to foul. Kagawa brought down twice in the game against Grampus. Here's Kida's cross. Hirose, Marcos Junior, Ogihara's arriving. Ajimilson trying to counter. He's done well to keep it and play it to Asami. Ajima furthest forward. Hideguchi. Miura. Ogihara goes out to Hirose. Has had a foul by Hatanaka. Certainly was on Takashi Usami. It's just late, not accurate, not malicious. Player from Kyoto who is making his 6th appearance after a return to Gamba. Scored on his debut in the game against Grampus. Matan. Well, one thing is clear here in J1. This campaign as Nakagawa crosses the ball. This campaign, and indeed this match, is there for somebody to seize control of. Because all across the top of the table, teams are faltering. Eric. Back on to Eric. It's behind for the corner. His most useful and versatile left foot, Hiroton Bunmatan, trying to pressurise Masaki Higashiguchi from the corner. It's going to be a difficult one for someone. Goes right onto the 6-yard mark. Tanaka, one of the players in the team born in Yokohama. Oh, this is a bit of a dangerous thing to do. Enter Miura, unlike him to try to play the ball out in that way. Just about got away with it. Yajima. Sami. Now space here for young Yuya Fukuda. Very, very close. It was a good build-up actually from Gamba. Fukuda was completely unmarked. Still yet to score a goal. Lucky escape, courtesy of a lick of paint for the Yokohama F Marinos. Gamba made things very difficult for the Antlers last weekend. Team directly above the Marinos. Can they do the same again here? Can they be the spoilers? Well, Hirose was allowed to play that ball in when he shouldn't have been. Really in danger of troubling Higashiguchi too much. There are a fair few wayward deliveries coming from the back as Higashiguchi is under some pressure. That is what Marcos Junior and Nakagawa do very well. Thoroughly unpleasant for a goalkeeper when they're trying to redistribute. Goes on the wing, it's controlled by Fukuda. He's committed a foul, trying to win it back. He went very close though, the 20-year-old. Fukuoka. No doubt about it, Sugimoto was well and truly beaten. I don't think he thought that it was going to go that close. Hirose. Eric. Eric's cross is over the top of anyone. Played very well in the victory against Grampus, scoring a nicely taken overhead kick and also providing plenty of opportunities. This was the run forward by Hirose. Who joined in January. Tokushima Vortis. Around about 100 appearances for them in the league, scored a few goals here and there. Caught the eye of the Marinos scouting team. Kida. Matan. Marcos Junior makes it really to no one. What is certain is that the home team, the home fans, will start to get twitchier and twitchier if they can't find a breakthrough as the game goes on. All of these nervous teams at the top of the table. Patience could be a great virtue for Gamba. they would be entirely satisfied with a draw. This is a chance for Adjemilson, but Thiago Martins shows he does have some useful pace. Before you're on from Saint-Jean Evangelista. For the first time, Fukuda feels he's been denied the correct decision. Hiroton Bunmatan with an ambitious idea for Nakagawa, who works hard to recover the ball. It is still the away side to bring it forward with Yajima. They've got only themselves to blame here. Eric Nakagawa, the most obvious target, headed away. Self-inflicted pain very nearly from Gamba. Higuchi, the one who ended up having the ball wrestled away from him. One suspects they won't get away with that too many times. They are just playing with fire a little bit at the back. The Yokohama Marinos player right the way through his career. Nado's ball. Terehito Nakagawa, Marcos Junior. Oh, missed a couple of players, Fukuda and Eric. Mateus. Okihara. Okihara, a lot of space for Hiroton Bunmatan, and he scores! Too much space for Hiroton Bunmatan. His first goal for the Yokohama F Marinos since joining on loan. And it is a massive goal in terms of their confidence and their belief. Marinos 1, Gamba 0. And this is very well taken. It's a deceptive strike. I did say earlier he's got a lovely left foot. There's the proof of it. That whips away from Higashiguchi. Beautifully taken goal. Goalkeeper without a great view of the ball with all of those people in front, and actually it might be that it's not just his own defenders but Eric who's also slightly in the way. He doesn't care because he's got on the score sheet. And around about 5 minutes before the half-time interval, a key goal for the Marinos. Let us just remember that a week ago they were on a 4-match losing run. 5-1, they defeated Nagoya Grampus. Now a goal up here against a Gamba Osaka team that so often rise to the big occasion. appreciate this strike. It's very clever football. Disguises what he's going to do with the ball. He very cleverly just drifted into space on the edge of the area on Matan. Mateus is it behind Ogihara. Is very much focused obviously on Marinos and the top end of the table, but a defeat here for Gamba, who are in 14th, does really make their life uncomfortable too. It's a long way, Sugimoto, and makes a little bit of a meal out of it. Part of the plan. Kida. Mateus. Koshunyo. Marinos just happy to hold the ball and be patient. Eric calling Ogihara into position. The orchestrator of the attacking move is Eric. Really has such good positional sense. Marcos Junior has done really well to come away with the ball out of that little scrap. Hirose, Kida arrives. Hirose will do this on his own, with some success too. Was he pulled back? It's still Hirose, rather scuffs it. There's excitement in the NHK Spring Mitsuzawa football stadium, but there is anxiety too. It's a sort of frantic and slightly frenetic energy. They'll calm down if they get a second. They could be in trouble here on the counter-attack. A glorious spot once again for Yuya Fukuda, who's getting a lot of freedom. Far too much probably for Ange Postecoglou. Oh, now Mateus is down and in evident pain. Well, something happened off the ball, evidently. I think they're suggesting that a change is going to need to be made here. Well, the obvious choice would be Keita Endo, one suspects. And here is Keita Endo, player who scored 2 goals in the game against Grampus last week. Surprise to many that he didn't start the game. He's got his chance to make an impact now, albeit in circumstances so far from ideal. goal scorer Tiraton Bunmatan. Looking for the substitute, Keita Endo. You can feel the immense excitement as the foul is committed. And the first card is going to come out. To Kosuke Onose. As I was saying, you can feel the excitement every time Endo gets the ball. Just that way against Grampus. Now that he's come on, same reaction. Junior for Bunmatan. Swinger, out swinger. Maybe the in swinger. And Higashiguchi has no issues. Certainly felt the Gamba players and bench. That was a foul by Hirose, and it's the last activity of the first half. How big a goal might that turn out to be from Tiraton Bunmatan in the 39th minute of the game? Because Gamba Osaka had threatened, they'd had chances, and one feels that we could be at a very pivotal stage of the Yokohama F Marinos season. It's a fragile advantage, it's a single goal advantage, but it is 1-0 to the home side, the side in third place in the table at the break. An intriguing game resumes here at the NHK Spring Mitsuzawa Football Stadium. Team Yokohama F Marinos 1 goal up through Tiraton Bunmatan's 39th minute strike, and a lovely strike it was too. Gamba Osaka have had their fair share of opportunities, most notably through Yuya Fukuda, including striking the post. Changes at half-time. The only change, Endo brought on for Mateus just before the break. There's no reason whatsoever for despondence. If you're a Gamba fan, though, there is reason to be cautious. Threat on the counter from the Marinos, threat which ironically may have actually grown now that Keita Endo is on. Gamba desperately needing points in their fight for survival, a fight that they would be expected to win. They're going to have to come forwards. One says that they'd be expected to win, of course. They have experienced an unexpected drop down into J2. Of course, it all worked pretty well for them last time they dropped down. Straight back up as champions, and then champions again. There's the impressive Yuya Fukuda. Has the confidence to really take on the Marinos backline. Nakagawa. Marcos Jr. in the centre. Eric out on the wing. Endo running. Being halted that time. Towards Nakagawa. Clever ball. Took the foul in the end. Other end, Admilson, not a clean connection at all. Scored in the 2-2 draw with the Antlers last week. That was just Route 1 stuff. Jr. picking himself up after a bit of a connection from Ideguchi. Yeah, that there from Ideguchi, second time. Looks as though he rather leads with that elbow, doesn't it? First seemed to be largely inconsequential, but does the 23-year-old actually know what he's doing there? One wishes to give the benefit of doubt to the player when it looks like it could have been a bit unpleasant. A couple of, I wonder what was really going on moments like that from Gamba players. It was a very aggressive early challenge as well at the start of the match. I believe that was from Fukuda, if my memory serves me correctly. Junior. Possession remains with the home side. Kida. Hirose. Out to Kurata. Admilson. It ended up being a decent and dangerous ball. Usami takes on Thiago Martins, and the Brazilian centre-back wins that battle with authority and screams, "Get back!" He was the one that really showed an aggressive desire to win that ball from Usami. With the lone players on Meras. It's cut out, stabbed away by Hirose. Headed back into the danger area though. Yu Takao, still Yu Takao. Bunmatan just gets enough. Scrappy couple of minutes of play. Admilson, former Marinos player, offside. Quick restart from the home side. Takuya Kida. Eric, he can beat people here. Not on this occasion. Yongguan stuck with him. It's Eric. It's a lovely ball from Eric. It's Nakagawa. It's saved. Goalkeeper's committed. Marcos Junior has an empty net and he calmly strokes the ball in. Yokohama F Marinos 2, Gamba Osaka 0. Yet more polished play from the combination of Eric, Marcos Junior and Terahito Nakagawa. Perfectly timed, he's definitely onside. And this is quick thinking from Nakagawa. Spots Marcos Junior, just pokes it out to him. Calmness all round. Wasn't a formality to get that around three bodies. He did it so very well for his 13th goal of the season. And it just might be that 13th is very lucky for some, because it could be a mighty goal for the Marinos. A win here, they go level with the Antlers on points in second place. Two goals, just a matter of minutes before and after the break. Suddenly the Yokohama F Marinos are managing the occasion very well. A team that looked all but out of the picture after those 4 back-to-back defeats, taking them from second all the way down to 5th place. They had been written off by so many. Touch from Ajmilson. He has been a big part of this performance. The man at the back, Higashiguchi, sends it only as far as Eric, brought down by Nakagawa. Yes, Thiago Martins, really impressive in central defence. Yuya Fukuda. Nakagawa just took what looked for a moment like an awkward tumble, but he's okay. One more look at the goal. Clever control play from Marcos Junior. It is that increasing sense of partnership that those attacking players have got that's looking so impressive. Nearly falls to Kurata, and in the end, a superb stop from Sugimoto. Flag up anyway. I think it was Usami who went in. Daichi Sugimoto certainly would not have been aware that that was offside. Sometimes in a season, the role of the backup goalkeeper can be enormously significant. You don't get their chances too often. To Eric, who looks like he'll keep this in play. Oh, how well he'll keep it in play. Chance created out of this through Ogihara. Eric, delicate and too delicate. Well, strike it, Bunmatan, but no, trying to poke it through to Endo. Double substitution coming up. Shinya Iajima is being replaced by Patrick. Obviously, an attacking-minded change. And then Shukurata, being replaced by the man who's increasingly coming on as a substitute now, Yasuhito Endo. Gamba man through and through, and he knows this place very well indeed, does Yasuhito Endo, this stadium. A Yokohama Flugels player in 1998. He played in the Emperor's Cup winning team. This was his home stadium back in the day, so something of a homecoming for Endo. It's number 15, Yosuke Ideguchi, with a bit of a harmless hit. Furthest forward, he's really found himself. Yet to score for Gamba since returning this month, his fourth game. First all the way forward, and it was cut out by Takashi Usami, another player who's, like Ideguchi, made a return to the club after spells in Europe. Both of them spent time in Germany. Ideguchi also had a brief spell with Leeds United, which is his main club. On loan across Spain and Germany. Takao. Monose. Jamilson. Endo. Goes to the back post with a clever bit of vision. He's offside though. Onose, but Onose had just beaten the line. Patrick there now as an extra attacking option too. It's as though Onose is still troubled by what happened just after the whistle had gone. One change left if necessary. You know, that also was pretty aggressive lunge in. Now the Marinos guilty. A few challenges that have had a little bit too much aggression to them, and more significantly a lack of control to them. And with a header, Joshunyo flicks it on, but only to Jamilson, trying to get Patrick in play for the first time. The latest returner to Gamba. Had a few years, the best few years of his career with Gamba. Going elsewhere and now coming back. Eric. Hirose. From that sort of position, just a bit further forward, that he hit the bar against Grampus. Hirose again. Ihara surely put this out wide to Bunmatan. Lots of space for him to cross. This has gone a little now, though. Endo now places it towards Marcos Junior, who just got stuck behind a defender. But once again, he's produced a big goal. Handled the pressure of the 2 penalty kicks wonderfully against Grampus. Now Patrick beating the offside trap, pulls it back, and a very key touch from Daichi Sugimoto, because Usami would have had an open goal. And now they can counter, and this is Endo territory. This is what he does best. Keita Endo. Now for the pullback. Eric comes off a defender, appealing for a handball that's never likely to be given. Maybe Endo not quite as quick to deliver the ball as he usually is, as Ajmilson goes once again over the top for Patrick, beating Bunmatan. Bunmatan responds, and it's all rather daft between them, and Patrick is lucky. Bunmatan was actually out of range there as he tried to lash out at him. The referee, Ryuji Sato, wisely will speak to both players. Just go clattering into each other, but keep an eye on what happens after. Kick out definitely from Bunmatan, or a flick out of his legs to some degree. This was earlier. Brilliant touch from Sugimoto. There was a moment after whatever Bunmatan did where Patrick just flung his arm out almost to grab the foot of Bunmatan. He caught him. Just never know how the referee might have seen that. Been opportunities in this match for stronger and more draconian but technically correct decisions. Again, his period of custodianship is going well. Keeps it in, Ogihara. Sami. Yuya Fukura. Far forward Kim. Endo. Two, but Thiago Martins wise to it. Endo. Onose. Oh, that's good play from Onose. What a lovely goal! How did he get through? Just as he did on the opening day of the season, Kosuke Onose scores against the Marinos. It was a leading goal then. It's a goal that gives them hope now. Marinos 2, Gamba 1. Game very much alive, and he does so well. Doesn't seem to be any obvious path through, and yet he finds it. Ange Postecoglou might feel he found it too easily, getting past Rikuto Hirose. Just powered the ball really past Daichi Sugimoto. Fifth goal of the season for Kosuke Onose. Edmilson has not had many chances to punish his former team. With a good spot for Patrick, just a little ahead of him, maybe a yard or so. There, who got his debut goal, or his second debut goal in the Hanshin derby. 2-2 draw. Bissell. To learn just how much fortitude there is in this Marinos team. Now that Onose's goal has suddenly put their lead, their 3 points, their precious 3 points, in jeopardy. Are they going to once again fall away just as they seem to have done all those games ago? To try to boil an entire league campaign down to a moment in microcosm, but could well be a bit of a season-defining spell of 20 or so minutes coming up now for the Marinos. It's a foul, but advantage played. Patrick! There was his first chance. Definite foul on Ideguchi. Patrick clearly onside. Challenge from Ogihara. Play pulled back for the free kick. Former captain Yasuhito Endo plays it towards Patrick. He's suddenly coming to life in the game. This is perhaps unnecessary from the Marinos. That's turned out to be a wonderful ball through to Keita Endo as Nakagawa can't quite get it out from under his feet and couldn't free Eric. In the end, Ogihara with a superb bit of vision to nearly play in Keita Endo. Edmilson controls it well. Game becoming stretched, enjoyably so. Edmilson! It's off the post! Again they hit the post. Ideguchi can't get the pullback. There were two players waiting. Hanging by a thread, the Marinos lead. offside trap there. Well, they had, but it's too much for Takao to control. He so nearly had goal number 7 of the season. Sugimoto, I think, thought it was heading wide. How often it is the former player that provides the most brutal blow to a team. Gawa is fouled. It's a yellow card to Achmilson. It's an entirely uncontrolled step across. They remain under substantial pressure, the Marinos. Gamba Osaka having made life so unpleasant for the Antlers last week and cost them points. Now doing everything they can to inflict the same on the Marinos, who are themselves eyeing the Antlers, indeed the team above. With FC Tokyo having won away to Grampus yesterday, totally out of form Grampus. The goalkeeper makes a good punch away, Sugimoto. How much the FC Tokyo players and fans would adore it if Marinos can drop points today and Antlers can tomorrow. Once again, the offside trap has not worked, and once again Patrick is there and he heads it in! No, he doesn't. No, he does not. That time it was offside. That certainly looks on. But Patrick definitely ahead of the play. The Yokohama F Marinos are under ever increasing and ever more unyielding pressure from Gamba. Can they find a way to get a third goal and put this game beyond doubt? Eric. Now it is Gamba who are full of belief, but misplaced by Higashiguchi to Ogihara. Endo. Marco Shunyo. Nakagawa in space. Off the post. This time at the other end. Nakagawa to Keita Endo. Still danger. Oh, he's found it! Another goal from Keita Endo. 3 goals in 2 games for this high-impact player. Nakagawa off the post, recovered the ball quickly from Takao. And the gap at the near post, clinically found by Keita Endo. What a clever finish to beat Higashiguchi down low. And the 2-goal advantage to the Marinos is restored. And there the gentleman who is popping up with some hugely significant goals this season. At the time that the home team looked their most vulnerable, They have got the third. Kota Watanabe has come on in the 79th minute to replace Marcos Junior. Change that might be about holding up the ball and just running it into the corners a little bit more. Should be Thiago Martins ahead of Admilson. Okuda. Endo. Thought he was going to burst all the way through there. Whistle has gone for a foul on who else but Teruhito Nakagawa. A goal to bring Saka to the bench. Just a little shove perhaps from Genta Miura. Often the way that Nakagawa is incredibly dangerous, just simply from the vast number of free kicks that he wins and dead ball situations close to goal that he engineers. That was never more evident than in the last game when he won 2 penalty kicks. Unmatan, who got it all started just before half-time. Substitute Watanabe to Eric. Good movement. And eventually from Kida back to Eric, it all ends in nothingness. So right in the middle of 2 players through Sami. To a roar from the home fans. The ball is thumped clear by Sugimoto. Now Watanabe doing what he's been brought on to do, which is to pressurise Higashiguchi into those sort of clearances that aren't really aimed particularly well. Hold on here, the Marinos go to 45 points. Level with the Antlers. Still some way behind FC Tokyo, who might just be, courtesy of that win away to Grampus, recovering their composure. One thing is clear here on match day, 25 of 34. Don't go anywhere. Stay to the conclusion of this season, because it's going to be the most interesting one. Nakagawa. The ball goes, just won't sit up and travel through for Okuda. Does now seem as though Gamba have gone just a little bit quiet. Eric has been noisy throughout since joining the club just a few games ago. His performance over those few games has indicated that he could be so key in their end to the season. Takashi Usami replaced by the 32-year-old Kazuma Watanabe. 12th appearance of the season for him, yet to find the target. It does provide a different sort of attacking option. Eric pulls it back. The substitute, Kota Watanabe. Into Miura, holding firm in the defence. Ogihara is onside and crosses to Nakagawa. Might have fouled there. Watanabe out on the left and making a run if they can spot him. Instead, to Fukura. It goes over Kida. It will be a goal kick. Well, this a game of very fine margins. One looks back at Yuya Fukura hitting the post, Ajimilson hitting the post. That's some good saves by Daichi Sugimoto. And ultimately, it's a clinical Yokohama F Marinos, who always look dangerous when they come forward. In a way, it's a similar story to the game against Nagoya Grampus, just not quite as decisive ultimately from the Marinos. But yet again, you have to say that Keita Endo, the number 11, has been transformative. Space for the delivery towards Patrick, who does head up and away. Was an ever-present last season, Yasuhito Endo. Now being used more by the manager, who is a former teammate of his, as a substitute. We'll get away with that a little bit. The home side. It's Endo and Miyamoto, part of the team that won the title in 2005. Hirose. Eric. Hold the ball with efficiency. It's a great ball from Ogihawa. Endo to Eric. Just wondered if for a moment Eric was going to be fouled. Patrick might bring it under control. Get his body into Bunmatan to stop him from intercepting. Ajimilson. Miura goes out to the wing. Milson, but no getting past Takahiro Ogihara. Patrick. It's a step ahead of Thiago Martins and goes down. Good chase back from Thiago Martins. Patrick did look across in a bit of hope. Teruhito Nakagawa is substituted, having set up Marcos Junior for that 53rd minute goal. Replacing him is Yuki Otsu. It's a familiar move for him coming on towards the end of the game. Gamba captain Sahito Endo with the corner kick. After with a touch, Kim Young-won. Well, it looks now, doesn't it, as though the Marinos have managed to get an extremely important victory. Minutes of additional time indicated by the fourth official. Patrick will jump. Thiago Martins got there ahead of him. Endo, goal in the 78th minute after he came on as a substitute just before half-time. It's been the goal that's given breathing space to Ange Postecoglou's team. Now simply to run down the clock. Watanabe, who's worked hard since coming on. Kyotsu giving chase. Now he would love to just make his mark at the conclusion of this game. But it seems that the Yokohama F Marinos are making their mark on the league table once again. Will use Eric. Eric's cross again is such a dangerous one, and Yuki Otsu was going in to attack the ball. He's learned a lot about his players today. It's a victory of enormous character. All have been so very, very different. Monosse. It's a little bit of pain. More than a little bit. Bunmatan. He went in for the challenge and he just clutches the back of his leg, doesn't he? Koscielny. Postecoglou exchanging preemptive celebrations with Eric as we look back at Teodoton Bunmatan's goal in the first half. Marcos Junior just the other side of half-time. And then this, perhaps the most crucial, the Endo goal, when it looked as though Gamba were on the verge of getting an equaliser. Here in the busy port of Yokohama, people are used to the wind changing direction. It looked as though the Marinos were in danger of hitting the rocks, but things are starting to all head in the right direction for Ange Postecoglou's team. A big win against Gamba Osaka, 3-1 at home. And they head level on points with the Kashima Antlers, at least for now, because the Antlers still have to play on match day 25. But this is a big win for the Marinos.